Alright. Yeah, I think this is the same mate who done Norm Macdonald Had a Secret. That one I done. This is Norm Macdonald's Secret Talent. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's go.
I saw you in St. Louis, Missouri about a year or so ago.
Oh, really?
You quoted some crazy long limerick of a country line or something that a man had told you the night before. You know what I'm talking about? You ended the show with it and nobody laughed. But it was really long-winded. And
Oh, was it Shel Silverstein's The Ballad of Billy Markham?
it could have been.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Oh. How'd that go? How'd that go? Yeah, so go for another question.
Another question.
Strange things done in the midnight sun. But
Yeah. Are you from St. Louis? Okay. Well, that's you just stumped the band there. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, another question.
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
The devil walked into Linnabah's on a rainy Nashville night as the lost souls sat and sipped their soup in the yellow neon light. Devil, he looked around the room, then he got down on his knees. He said, "Is there anyone among you scum who will roll these dice with me?" Now, Red, he just looked away and took another sip of beer. Eddie, he just strummed his guitar and pretended not to hear. Vince, he said, "Not me, I'll pass. I've had my share of hell," and kept scribbling on a napkin with some song he was sure it'd sell. Ronnie kept whispering low to the snuff queen clutching his sleeve. Somebody coughed, and the devil scoffed, and he turned on his heel to leave. "Hold on," said the voice from the back of the room, "before you walk out that door. If it's some action you're looking for, friend, well, I've rolled some dice before." And there stood Billy Markham. He'd been on the scene for years, singing all them raunchy songs of the town we want to hear. He'd been cut and bled 1,000 times, and his eyes were wise and sad. All his songs were the songs of the street. All his luck was bad. "I know you," says Billy Markham, "from many a dark and funky place, but you always spoke in a different voice, and you wore a different face. While me, I've gambled here a music row with hustlers and with whores, and hell, I ain't afraid to roll them devilish dice of yours." "Well, you can get down," says the devil, "just as if you was going to pray. Take these dice in your luckless hands to tell you how the game is played. You get one roll, and you bet your soul, and if you roll 13, you win, and all the joys of flesh and gold are yours to touch and spend. If that 13 don't come up, you better kiss your ass goodbye and will your useless bones to God, 'cause your goddamn soul is mine." 13, says Billy Markham. "Well, I've played in tougher games. I've loved ambitious women, and I've rode on wheelless trains. So give me room, you stinking fiend, and let it all unwind. Ain't nobody rolled a 13 yet, but this just might be the time." Billy Markham, he takes the dice. The dice are as heavy as stones. They should, the devil cries, 'cause they're carved from Jesus' bones. Billy Markham, he turns the dice, and the dice, they have no spots. "Sorry," says the devil, "but they're the only dice I got." "Well, shit," says Billy Markham, "you know, I really don't mean to bitch, but I never thought I'd stake my soul on a sucker's game like this." "Well, then walk away," says the devil. "Ain't nobody tying you down." "Walk away where?" says Billy Markham. "This is the only game in town. But I really should say, before I make my play, that if I should chance to lose, I will this guitar to some would-be star who ain't afraid to sing the honest blues, who ain't afraid to say the words like damn or shit or fuck, who ain't afraid to bare his ass on the stage where he makes his bucks. But if he should play this guitar safe, sing some sugary lies, I'll haunt him till we meet in hell. Now give me them fucking dice." And Billy Markham, he takes the dice and he yells, "Come on, 13. And the dice, they roll and they come up blank. "You lose," the devil screams. "But I really should say, before we go on our way, I sure do like your style. Of all the fools I played and beat, you're the first that's lost with a smile." "Well, shit," says Billy Markham, "you know, these odds were too damn bad. 13 years of Music Row, it's the best damn chance I've had." So Billy Markham and the devil, they walk out of Linnabah's door, leaving Billy's beat-up guitar lying there on the floor. And if you go into Linnabah's now, you can see it there today, hanging from a nail on a wall of peeling gray. Billy Markham's old guitar that nobody dares to play. That one?
Yeah. Norm Macdonald, everybody. Norm Macdonald, any last questions? How do you know this poem?
Some guy told me it in St. Louis the night before. I have a good memory.
And you remembered the whole thing from the night before?
Yeah, I have a good memory, Tom.
Do you have a photographic memory? Is that what it's called?
My dad had a photographic memory. I'm not sure I have one.
Wow. I think you probably do. Well, this has been a lot.
Give me the damn poem, Norm. You're making me take it out of your mouth like
That's insane. That's like fucking Hendrix playing Sgt. Pepper's the day after, like the Sgt. Pepper's song. Like the day after or 2 days after the album had come out, he played it on stage somewhere. There's a video clip of him playing it. I think it was the day after, or the night, or I don't know. Or maybe it came out in the day and he played it at night. But that was the same, like, that's a similar thing. That's crazy. It shows you how smart Norm is. And like I said, yeah, that is fucking great memory. Yeah, that's great.
Olivier and Marathon. Give me the damn poem.
No, the poem. Here's the thing is, my dog died last Thursday.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, man, and so I've spent many a sleepless night, and last night I decided to put pen to paper.
Right, as a catharsis.
And get my thoughts out about my dog, my old dog, Bo. So, you want to hear the poem?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. He never came to me when I would call, unless I had a tennis ball or he felt like it. But mostly he didn't come at all. I mean, there were problems when he was young. He never learned to heel or sit or stay. He did things his way. The young folks say, Dennis, I guess discipline was not his bag. But when you were with him, things sure didn't drag. He'd dig up a rose bush just to spite me. And then when I'd grab him, he'd turn and bite me. I mean, I was scared. Ah, man, he bit a lot of folks from day to day. The delivery boy was his favorite prey. Man, he tore the hell out of that kid. The gas man wouldn't even read our meter. He said I owned a real man-eater. God, how I wish I'd listened to that gas man. You're not going to believe this, but he set the house on fire. Look, the story's too long to tell. Suffice to say that he survived, but the house was a smoldering hell. On the evening walks, and Gloria took him. That's my wife. That's my wife, Dennis, Gloria. He was always the first out the door. The old one and I brought up the rear. That's what I call my wife, the old one. Why I married an old woman, I have no idea. But anyways, the old one and I brought up the rear because our bones were sore. Probably because that dog would chew on the bones of our legs every cursed day. He would charge up the street with Mom hanging on. Boy, what a beautiful pair they made. And if it was still light and the tourists were out, they created a bit of a stir. And by stir, I mean countless lawsuits. But every once in a while, he'd stop in his tracks and with a frown on his face, look around. It was just to make sure that the old one, that's my wife, was there and would follow where he was bound. And we knew damn well enough to follow, I'll tell you that. We're early to bedders at our house, Dennis. I guess I'm the first to retire. I like to get to sleep before the old one clambers into bed. And as I'd leave the room, he'd look at me and get up from his place by the fire. God, he loved that fire. He'd stare at it for hours. It was like he was getting messages from me. He knew where the tennis balls were upstairs, and I'd give him one for a while. And he'd push it under the bed, and with his nose, and I'd fish it out with a smile, a nervous smile. And before very long, he'd tire of the ball and be asleep in his corner in no time at all. By the fire! And there were nights when I'd feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And I don't know what to do.
I wanted to come back with Norm, but I guess we didn't.
I'm here, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to come back and wrap the poem up.
I'm wrapping it up right now.
Christian, come on.
Ready?
Go ahead.
And now, God forgive me for saying this, he's finally dead. But there are nights when I swear I feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And there are nights when I think I feel that god-awful stare, and I reach out my hand to stroke his hair, but he's not there. The old one thinks he lives in the fire and comes out at dark. Oh, and I wish that wasn't so. I'll always fear a dog named Bo.
Norm, that was beautiful. Now let me ask you this. Was there ever really a dog named Bo?
No, I stole it off Jimmy Stewart.
This is the Dennis Miller Show. Interrupt you. You take your time.
Speech, you know?
Right.
And the things that I'm thankful for. Every year I make them on the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I can make a little speech, you know?
Right.
And I like it if you'll have me to read my list.
Yeah, I'm going to not even interrupt you. You take your time.
Well, firstly, I'm thankful for the fine ladies who live across this country and leave pies on their windowsills, so an old chunk of coal like me might have a meal from time to time. I'm thankful for all of my 5 children, especially the one that I like. I'm thankful for the simple things in life, like bread. Although I've never tried it myself, I hear it's quite good. I'm very thankful for the brave man who pulled me from a burning building last April and unfortunately perished in the process. I'll never forget him, you know. I don't remember his name, but I think he had a mustache. Of course, I'm thankful for being able to do stand-up comedy for a living, you know. There's nothing more gratifying than to step on a stage before a quiet crowd and with my comedy slowly turn them into an unruly mob. I'm thankful for women, the greatest creatures on earth, because without women, Dennis, there would be no cookies. I'm glad that this year the police finally solved the baffling murder of Margot Hemingway. And finally, what I'm most thankful for, of course, is serious, you know, is friends. Yes, friends. Especially that one where Joey buys Chandler a duck. That's the one I like the best.
Norm, I don't even think we punctuate that. I think it is such a beautiful list that we appreciate you calling in. We are thankful for your continued patronage here, and you have a good time in Hawaii. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Yeah, give my love to your family, buddy.
Yeah. I think the last one is the only one I've heard, but was the second one really someone else's that you just stole? That is funny. But yeah, Norm's a poet. Yeah, because the dog thing, that was actually funny. But I don't know, was that actually his or was he joking about that? Did he just steal, or did he just steal the name of the dog? I don't know. But yeah, Norm's secret talent is poetry. Who'd have thought? But anyway, yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.